Trojan Fairley. What's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, we got a couple things on the table today to talk about, and we have to talk about this recruiting weekend USC absolutely capitalized on. I think good feedback that came from that. Want to touch on that, and then we want to touch on, man, Penn State did the unthinkable yesterday. And we'll get on that as well. They hired a defensive coordinator, but look, do you think he came from a place that you would expect? Absolutely not. We'll talk about that as well. But I want to talk about real quick Lincoln Riley before I touch on some of this recruiting stuff. You guys know we just hired the big time guy out of Notre Dame, Chad Bowman, and look, Bowden. But Chad Bowden, you know, the fact that he is so heavy on to recruiting, he's so heavy on the NIL aspect of it. He's heavy on a lot of things as relates to administration of the football team. And I think it's going to relieve Lincoln Riley of a lot of things, man, because you guys know, and, you know, everybody's been talking about it. Lincoln Riley has been part of the decision-making as it relates to, you know, NIL, whether it was Dave Emmerich having his whole hand in it, but Lincoln Riley still had his hand in it because Dave Emmerich was a guy that he was extremely close to. But the question I want to know from you guys is, does this free up Lincoln Riley to be a better play caller? It just seems to me, you know, we didn't have the same Lincoln Riley that we had the past, well, when Caleb was here. It seems like his play calling was way more innovative. It seemed like he was able to move and groove more. Everybody talked about the play calling last year, how vanilla it was. And yes, we did have Miller Moss that didn't really fit his system. Yes, we had Jaden Maiava that might have not been as like a guy like Jalen Hurts. But at the end of the day, when it was time to turn it up, we saw he was able to turn it up. But it just didn't seem like, and I'm going to give you an example. He turned it up during the Penn State game. We just seen different plays, reverses, all kinds of things. And it seems like, you know, sometimes when you have a lot on your plate, you just, you know, the brain doesn't flow the same way. You know, the mind doesn't think the same way. And so my question to you guys is, you know, because I hear a lot of people talking about Lincoln Riley, we need an offensive coordinator. Listen, I think we absolutely don't need an offensive coordinator. Here's why. To me, what makes Lincoln Riley, and I've said this many a times, what makes Lincoln Riley is how attractive, how innovative his offenses were. It wasn't just about the quarterback play. It wasn't just about the fact that he was able to develop quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Spencer Rattler, Caleb Williams. It wasn't just the fact that he had all these different guys that he was able to develop, but it was more so about how innovative he was with the offense, how the offense was able to move and groove. Oklahoma, I told you guys before Lincoln Riley was hired, I admired Oklahoma from a distance. I used to say, wow, I wish USC could get an offense like that. And once he came, he proved and showed us that, look, he could still be in a 40-point offense, even at a different place. And he showed that. However, and this was on the cusp. This was on the beginning of NIL, all these different things that started coming into play. NIL wasn't the way it is now. You know, I heard Ryan Day yesterday talk about NIL and how they need guardrails. And you're talking about a guy that just won a national championship. You guys know, I think we need some type of rules and regulations in place. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to hate. I just think we needed to participate. Like I said in the video last week, we needed somebody that's able to distribute the money, who's able to manage these rosters, who's able to know player value, all these different things that take place behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about as it relates to NIL, negotiation, all these things. Now I feel like now that he's free from all of those different things, yes, they're gonna, you know, they're still gonna have to recruit, but this guy, you know, he appears to be a guy that's very, very much involved in recruiting. So I think that's an advantage for a guy like Lincoln Riley. So I think that he's freed up from that now. So now can we get the Lincoln Riley that we always known, the play caller that we know? I think we will see that this year. I think the duties that and the pressure that he was under, I think it was causing an extreme amount of pressure. So I think that's one aspect that, you know, a lot of people I haven't heard mention yet, but I think that part alone will free up Lincoln Riley, and we will see a better play caller. So, look, man, hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think about that. Now, we want to talk about this weekend. You guys know I bring the first guy up, but this is a guy. His name was Albert Hill. He's a big-time number one cornerback in the country. Now, I think this. Somebody asked me a question. Jay, how is he the number one cornerback when R.J. Sermon is? You guys know he committed. He's a 2026 class. So I'm assuming, look, and I haven't looked at it. I think R.J. Sermon is the number one recruit, the number one cornerback, maybe on 3. I gotta double back and check that. It may be just on 3. And then I think Albert Hill may be on 24/7 Sports. I think that's how it may be. I'm not sure. I got to double back and check. But I don't, look, the point is we got 2 high caliber quarterbacks. You could say the top 2 cornerbacks in the country that could possibly be on this roster. And if Albert Hill, from what I'm told, his visit went extremely well. I think USC really knocked it out of the park with this one. And as a result, you see this is on his Twitter right here. He says, I want this. This is the Jim Thorpe Award that I don't know whose trophy that is. But he was at USC on a visit. He was able to hold it up. And look, man, we got Heisman's, we got Jim Thorpe's, we got all the awards that you could possibly need if you come to the University of Southern California. So the fact that he held that up and said, I want this, and he put it out in a tweet, I think that's a good sign. And from my understanding, he's coming back for another visit. So a lot of people were in the comments yesterday say, oh, Jay, he's Ohio State. He's in Ohio. Listen, man, we just signed Sean Austin. Don't forget, Sean Austin that came from the state of Ohio, that is in the state of Ohio, just committed to USC. Don't get lost in the sauce and all it. Look, man, these kids are interested. It's really go time now that the roster, the administration has changed. The recruiting is changing. So, look, man, I think USC, and let's salute Doug Belt. Doug Belt, once again, is moving and grooving on this thing. And he got some of the best cornerbacks in the country. R.J. Sermon, Madden Ryodrin, Josh Holland, you name it. I mean, he got all kind of guys right now, and it's straight up go time, man. So that's one news and note item as it relates to the recruiting. Now, here's some more recruiting real quick I want to get into. This is Carter Shrugs. He's a big-time offensive tackle, standing at 6'6", 270 pounds. But look, this is a guy that USC absolutely wants to land. He put out his top 12 yesterday. You see it there. It's going to be Clemson, Michigan, Oklahoma, Penn State, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, Wisconsin, Oregon, USC, South Carolina, and Miami. Now, we're in the mix. We're all the way in the mix. I think the momentum right now is with USC. We're moving and grooving. So, look, we just got another dog. Not only do we have Chad Savage in recruiting, but we just got another dog in recruiting and Chad Bowden. So, look, man, it's go times on all types of fronts, man. So, look, you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think on that. Now, this is the monster right here. I just can't even believe what I'm seeing with this. Last night, Penn State hired Ohio State's defensive coordinator. Like, you cannot make this up. Jim Knowles from Ohio State has been officially hired from Penn State. And it's crazy because Penn State, according to this, they're paying him over 3 years, $3.1 million. Wow. So here's on the flip side, what I want you guys to think about this. I know that they were offering Deanton Lynn the bag. So this says a couple of things to me. Not only does it say that Deanton Lynn believes in the talent that we got, the talent that we currently have, but that's telling me that Deanton Lynn believes in the staff that we have. That's telling me that Deanton Lynn can see the writing on the wall, and he's not going to even bounce to his alma mater, Penn State. Even though rightfully so, they could have got him, and obviously they could have paid that top dollar for him. But for Deanton Lynn to stay here, to stay at USC, and man, turn that down, wow, is all I could say. I think USC fans should be very, very excited and very happy for what they got. Now, what does Ohio State do? I mean, to me, that's just kind of weird just to see, a team that won a national championship. Ryan Day talked about roster retention. Are you telling me that Ryan Day well, it's not Ryan Day per se, but the collective or whoever not the collective, the administration couldn't keep a guy like him? To me, that's just unbelievable, man. So you guys can hit me in the comment section. You guys can tell me what you think. That is a shocker of the day, I think, yesterday, man. So one more news and note item, man. These guys been working out, man. And this is Big Jarrett, man, from Georgia, that's now at USC. But I'm telling you right now, him compared to Bear, size-wise, it doesn't even, this don't even make any sense. This dude, his shoulders are so wide, his body is so, chiseled to be that big. Look, I think, and this is a picture he posted on his story, and for him to be he's doing these power cleans here, it's straight up go time, man. I'm going to start my series. You guys know I do it every year. I did it last year. Every year in the transfer portal, I do my defensive upgrade videos where we show a little film. We go over their videos. We talk about, how they're going to impact USC. Whenever they make a commitment, we kind of just do like a soft touch. But now it's the off season. I'm going to start doing those defensive upgrade videos. So you guys are getting ready to see that. And we probably going to start out with this guy right here, Jarrett. So look, man, hit me in the comment section, man. You guys tell me what you think. That's all I got for you today, man. Happy Monday to everybody. It's straight up go time. It's on and popping. It's on and cracking. Listen, the future is so bright. I got the sunglasses on, man. And look, until later on, everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.